Hey everyone, it's Jason Dunn here from Laptop Thoughts, and this is an unboxing and first impressions video of the HP Pavilion dm1z entertainment PC. What makes this interesting, and I'm really excited to unbox this, is that this is one of the first laptops that is shipped with AMD's new Fusion APU. That's their accelerated processing unit, which combines a GPU, graphics card, graphics chip, along with the CPU. And in case anyone's wondering, I do have a cold right now, so that's why I sound a little bit funny. This is the box. Let's take a look at what's inside. Alright, so inside this rather nondescript sort of plain box, we have some of the typical stuff that you see from an HP laptop. We have a quick start guide that just gives some of the basics about the laptop and what it comes with. Here is the laptop itself. Let's get this out here. One of the things I really liked about this laptop when I saw it, I first saw it actually at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. I saw it in January. Oh, making some noise here. Alright, so that's what comes with it. Let me just zoom in the camera here, and then we will go over some of what is included. Anyway, as I was saying, one of the things I liked about this laptop when I saw it at CES, I thought it was a really nice size. So it has an 11.6-inch screen. And in my opinion, an 11.6-inch screen is a really interesting compromise between netbook, which typically they top out at around 10.6. That's pretty much the de facto standard for screen size. And then larger laptops typically start at around kind of 13.3 or 13.1. So an 11.6 gives you a lot of the same size advantages of a netbook, but it's actually, the screen's bigger and it's a little bit easier to see, which I really like. So what we have here is just your standard power supply, your power brick rather. HP hasn't really done anything particularly innovative or interesting with the power supply. Again, I always say this whenever I look at a highly mobile notebook, something that's meant for mobility. Anything that HP or any other laptop vendor can do to make this whole thing be smaller is appreciated. And that's one of the things I have to admit, Apple did really nicely with their MacBook Air, so I would love to see HP do something a little bit more space efficient and size efficient with this. Now, I've got some paperwork. Now notice I can bend this, which means there are no recovery CDs or DVDs. That means that you will have to make your own recovery discs when you do when you boot up the product. Now here's the battery. The battery is actually pretty sizable. You can see here it kind of goes out a little bit. It is a 4,000, I believe it's 4,770. Yeah, so 4,770 milliamps, and it's kind of interesting because typically a lot of laptop batteries are measured in watt hours, and when something's measured in milliamps, that's usually I see that more typically on cell phones and MP3 players and stuff like that. So let me take this thing out of the package so you can see it. So here it is. As I mentioned, it has an 11.6-inch screen. One of the things I was really pleased with is that HP gave it a 1366 by 768 resolution, which on an 11.6-inch screen is quite nice. It's not as nice as, say, 1400 by 900, but it's close. So the screen is quite high resolution. It would have been really easy for HP to to put in like a 1280 by 720 screen or something lower, so I'm very pleased that they did that. Now, I saw this online, so I'm going to show you guys something that's pretty cool about this notebook. Now, when I take the batteries off, okay, you put your fingers in these little slots, and I think if I just pull upward, oops, I'm sure that this will work here. There we go. Okay, that might have sounded bad, but this panel is meant to come off, so don't worry, I did not harm the laptop. Now, this is so cool. I cannot tell you how pleased I am with HP for doing this. So that this whole back panel is meant to come off. You don't need a screwdriver. You can just pop it right off, and you get immediate access to the hard drive. So if you want to swap out an SSD, or if you want to put in a bigger hard drive, you can plunk one in there. The RAM is under this little flap here, so You have 2 RAM slots right here. It's super easy, you know, to pull out the RAM if you want to upgrade it. This particular model I got comes with 3 gigs of RAM. So one of these is a 2 gig chip, probably this one, and then this is a 1 gig chip. So it's super easy to upgrade the RAM. And then also over here, this is the Wi-Fi card, so if you want to swap that out you can, and then this is an open slot, I believe, for some form of a WAN, so a wide area network, meaning a cellular modem, you know, to work with a cellular carrier. And again, basically you could probably buy one from HP and plug it in here. So really cool. Like, I'm really impressed that HP did that. And then to put it back on, I assume we just, yeah, so there's some tabs along the bottom here, so you just kind of insert the tabs and then give the back chassis here a couple of clicks. It'll pop in, and away you go. Now, we'll peel off the protective plastic here, so that's one thing. Now, this is actually pretty good. So this is glossy, but it's semi-matte. It has sort of a semi-matte finish. And as you can see here, when I put my fingerprints on it, yeah, it shows up a little bit, but nowhere near as bad if it was like a super high gloss finish. And I really like the fact that there's nothing, you know, there's a little bit of writing down here, but when you pick this up, you know, a lot of Windows laptops, right, they're covered in, you know, stupid stickers, and you have the Windows sticker. This looks really nice. This has a really nice design element to it. So HP did, I think, an exceptional job here. Now, so we have the battery, so we have this big boy. We're gonna just click it in here. I think it should just click in like this. Clickety click. There we go. Okay, everything's in, and then you can, you know, the battery's locked here. Now, the interesting thing is that typically with like a 6-cell battery like this, it would hump out a little bit, but because, and it does, just a touch, but because of the way HP designed the chassis, because of the way the hinge comes in, you know, the whole thing kind of blends in really nicely. This is honestly one of the, in fact, no, I will say this is the best kind of budget product like this I've ever seen. And when I say budget product, what I mean by that, and I typically don't talk about prices, but you can actually get this particular version I got, it was about $479 US. So for under $500, you're getting some astonishingly capable hardware, a really nice design. Yeah, so I'm quite smitten with this product already, and you know, I just kind of got it here. I'm gonna peel off the top here, and this is something I can already tell I'm not super fond of. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I'm not a big fan of crazy patterns on the lid. Now, this one is not too bad. I mean, this one is you know, it's basically a bunch of kind of circle ovally type shapes here, and as you can tell, it's a high gloss, you know, high reflective surface, so this will, you know, probably pick up fingerprints. That's not too bad, actually. So I'm not a huge fan of this, but at least it's not a floral print design. HP comes up, pardon the language, but it comes up with some god-awful designs for their lids, and this is not too bad at all. So let's talk about what comes on the product itself. We'll start over here on the left-hand side. We have a power plug-in here. We have a Kensington lock. Boy, I always get that wrong. Air vent for venting hot air. We have a hard drive indicator light right here. We have a power indicator light. HDMI out, which is fantastic. So this is great. I love seeing HDMI out on laptops and notebooks, because it means you can, you know, bring a cable with you, hook it up to a TV. If you're doing some traveling, you know, it's great for entertainment reasons. Really cool. USB 2.0 port here. On the front, we basically don't really have anything other than a nice speaker. Well, at least I hope it's nice. So here it actually says this Dolby Advanced Audio, and then over here we have an Altec Lansing logo. So yeah, so the whole front here is a speaker, which is pretty cool. Over here we have an SD card slot and a memory stick slot. Sorry, MMC. So probably not memory stick. It's basically going to be for SD. Really nice to see this again. Headphone jack right here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to guess that it might actually be a microphone input jack as well, since typically they do that. They do kind of double duty. We have 2 USB ports right here, and again, USB 2, so there's no USB 3 on this laptop, which is a bit of a downer, but I understand why. You can basically look it up online, but essentially neither Intel nor AMD are including USB 3 support in their chips right now. And we have a VGA out port right here, and I think under this, there's like a little panel here. Yeah, there we go. So there's actually Ethernet, and that's actually really cool. You see how they put it in at an angle there? I don't know if it's gigabit Ethernet or not, or if it's just 100 megabit. I'm gonna have to look that up and edit it into the video after the fact. But yeah, that's really cool that they put it in at an angle like that and hid it under the panel, and then on the back we basically have nothing but the battery. So yeah, so that is kind of my first look here at the overall unit. I'm actually going to edit this into a second video. So here is the end of part 1. Part 2, I'll talk about all the specs. We'll look at the inside of the laptop, and I might even boot it up for you guys. All right, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to check out part 2. Here's the link for that. Subscribe to our channel, post a comment, give the video a thumbs up, and if you like the work I'm doing here, check out the buy link in the video description, and of course check out the ads that accompany this video, because that's how you can support the work that I do. Thanks a lot.